first of all, welcome to the Viral Velocity Masterclass. This is how to master the secret behind viral content. I am so excited to be here tonight and to be presenting on this topic because social media has always been something that has fascinated me. Social media has something that I've been studying now for probably the last 10 years. And I'm excited to just be here sharing some insights and getting to talk about a topic that I think a lot of people feel stressed out about. I think a lot of people struggle with social media. There's an inauthenticity to social media, and so these are some of the things that we are going to talk about tonight. So let's jump right on in. I just want you to imagine, like, once upon a time, there was a boy and his dreams. So picture it. Chicago 2016. An idealist college student has a dream to become the next viral YouTuber. So that college student was actually me, surprise, surprise. And I had just launched my first YouTube channel called Time with Tyler Hall. Now, I'm not sharing exactly where you can find that YouTube channel because it's very embarrassing. But back then, I knew I wanted to be a content creator, but I had no idea how much work went into actually creating the content. So each video that I did on YouTube took hours to film, hours to edit, hours to upload. And then, surprise, surprise, it got like no traction. I was getting anywhere from 50 to 100 views if I was lucky, until I recorded my very first reaction video. So for anybody who's not familiar with a reaction video, they are exactly what they sound. It's a style of video where the content creator reacts to something. So it was literally me sitting on camera reacting to stupid shit. And it's as dumb as it sounds. But these videos were the ones that were getting engagement. And so my very first video is actually here in the top right-hand corner. That was me reacting to Leonardo DiCaprio winning the Oscar. So that video got 3.4 thousand views, a massive increase from the other videos I was creating at the time, which were, like I said, typically getting between 50 and 100 views if I was lucky. Then I did another one with my cousin over here in the top left. It was the two of us reacting to the Sausage Party trailer. If you've never seen the movie, don't watch it. It's awful and it's kind of grotesque. But we reacted to the Sausage Party video. That video did 5.3 thousand views. And then I did a third reaction video to Adele's music video, Send My Love to Your New Lover. And that video cleared 10,000 views. Now, all of this is far from what is considered viral today, but I want to point out something. I had stumbled on a trend. My reaction videos were getting 30 to 100 times more views than any other content that I was posting on my channel. If I was smart back then, I would have capitalized on this trend and shifted my entire YouTube channel to, like, literally just Tyler Reacts. But I didn't. Now, I want you to close your eyes for a minute and imagine your next piece of content going viral. So let's close our eyes and just imagine what it would feel like to know that your content is getting great engagement and you're using the power of social media to build your business. What would that feel like? Would you finally feel successful? Would you slightly feel a bit overwhelmed by all of the comments and the engagement? Would you feel like you're finally seeing a return on the social media content? Let me know in the chat. What does it feel like to imagine going viral? Is it a good feeling? Is it a bad feeling? Let me know in the chat how you feel about going viral. I would love to know. Judy, excited. I love that. Rebecca, mixed emotions. Exactly. I love that. I think that's very true for a lot of people. Cheryl, you would be ecstatic. I love that. I love that. So, welcome once again to Viral Velocity, the secrets to viral content. So, today, by the end of this training, I am going to expose the secrets you really need to know in order to find success on social media so that you can start to bring in high quality followers who are eager and excited to be consuming your content. In this masterclass, I'm going to cut to the bullshit and have an honest conversation with you about what it takes to really be a successful content creator. Because I'm on a personal mission to help 100,000 small business owners successfully start up and scale their social media accounts, because I believe every business owner deserves the opportunity to find success on social media. So, how did I get here? Well, first of all, hi, my name is Tyler Ryan Hall. For those who don't know me, I'm a business coach, a branding specialist, and a marketing and mindset extraordinaire. I love working with entrepreneurs who are struggling to grow their social media channels despite trying all of the marketing strategies. And I believe that every business owner can be successful on social media, but I don't believe in the overnight success. Even when things go viral, it takes a lot to get to that viral place. So I am the founder of TRH Creative Group, and I've now had the privilege to coach over 2,000 entrepreneurs in the areas of marketing, mindset mastery, branding, and just general business build out. It's wild to think that I've now coached over 2,000 people. But again, my path did not start here. When I first started creating social media content, I was very much just like you. I was struggling to get views, attract clients on social media, and grow my channels. I knew I was meant to be a content creator, but why was it so difficult to grow my social media accounts? Why was it that no matter how many trends I tried or the done for you content I utilized, nothing was working to help me grow my channels? I was frustrated, and in a moment of weakness, I put my coaching business on pause and found a job working full time as a business coach in someone else's business. Now, I'm not going to drop names here, but a lot of you know who that is. And this was the moment that changed everything for me. You see, when I started working for this other coach, I saw something extraordinary happening. My boss's business was booming. Her social media was taking off. She was easily growing online. The problem was her clients were still very much struggling in the areas of social media marketing and content creation. But why is that? Why do so many business owners struggle with content creation? Why is it that no matter how much you try or how many trends you try out, it seems like nothing works for you? Why is it that some accounts just feel like they're destined to go viral, while other creators continue to struggle over and over again? Why is this such a problem? After spending hundreds of hours observing, journaling, meditating, and reflecting on these questions, I finally nailed the reason why. And today I'm going to share that secret of virality with you because I believe in transparency. And I think every business owner deserves to know what actually going to take to succeed on social media. So let's jump right in because you may or may not know this, but you are currently stuck in a content creation conundrum. And what's crazy about the content creation conundrum is most business owners don't even realize they're in one until it's too late. I certainly didn't know I was in one. So, what exactly is a content creation conundrum? So, it's actually it's actually three big problems that get jumbled together to create one massive money sucking problem in your business. And if you don't get yourself out of the content creation conundrum, you're going to continue to struggle on social media. But don't worry, because today I'm going to break down the content creation conundrum to show you exactly what you need to do to get yourself out of it so that you can start to seriously see some results on social media. Who wants to see results on social media? Let me know in the chat, like type viral in the chat if you're ready to start making a serious splash on social media. Yes, Rebecca, love it. Yes, Cheryl, Judy, let's go. Lexi, viral, we love it. Yes, absolutely. This is all what we want. And I love that every single one of you is saying this because, we secretly want to go viral. We secretly want to be successful, but there are definitely some fears behind that. And we'll talk about that here during tonight's masterclass. So let's start by identifying what is the first problem of the content creation conundrum. So, problem number one is lack of clarity. Most business owners are not clear how to present themselves on social media. They don't know how to optimize their profiles or their content to bring in their ideal clients. So tonight, I want to share with you the 5W equation for social media specifically. So I have developed the 5W equation to help you optimize your social media profiles so that you can clearly communicate your message with the audience, because this is step number one to having success on social media. When somebody lands on your page, you have to clearly be able to tell them exactly who you are, what you do, how you do it, who you do it for, and why they should even be following you. So this is the 5W equation. It starts with who are you? And then we discuss what do you do? Why should they follow you? What action do they need to take from your profile? And where are you sending them on this journey? So let's break this down. If I were to ask you, who are you? How do you answer that? It's a very complex question. And a lot of times, what happens is we are very multi layered humans and we don't get really specific about who we are on social media because we're trying to be too many things on social media, and that is killing you. So, a good social media bio optimization starts with your SEO friendly titles. So you want your titles to clearly articulate what is your specialty? What do you do for the client? And again, that is something to be mindful of here. We are focusing on what we do for our clients. It has nothing to do about us. So I have just launched a brand new channel. I'm testing out a theory of what happens if you start a brand new account from scratch. And so I only have 15 followers right now, but I'm on a mission to grow this account faster than I've grown my own account because I believe that sometimes we need to start fresh. So I'm testing out a whole new account right now. And in my bio on this new account, I have my name and then I have social media strategy and content creation tips. It's very clear what kind of content I will be delivering. So that is who I am. It's social media strategy and content creation tips. So that's step one. Step two is to then ask yourself, what do you do? And we need to clearly articulate that in the bios of our social media platforms. So on Instagram, I help coaches master digital marketing and become confident content creators. So again, if a coach lands on my program on my profile, they can clearly see that I help coaches master digital marketing and become confident content creators. So if they're struggling with, digital marketing and content creation, there's a high likelihood that they're going to follow me because I tell them this is what I help them do. This is the clarity that you need to bring to your accounts so that when somebody lands on your profile, it's very easy for them to see what you do. And then the third step here is why follow you. So why give a damn? There's a ton of content creators out there, but why specifically should somebody follow you? So you really want to put down what value are you delivering? What's your unique selling point? Okay? So this is something as simple as saying daily Insta growth tips and strategies. So that's what I have on my profile. It's very clear that the value that I'm bringing is daily Instagram growth tips and strategies. Okay. So your Instagram bio, you want to clearly tell your audience why they should follow you. So give them a reason to hit that follow button so that you can start to grow your account. And then the fourth step here, which is the most important step that we often forget, is what action do they take on your account? Where are you, like, what are you asking them to do? And so we need to have on our profiles a very clear call to action or a CTA. So on my account, I have a free 50 viral hooks guide that I direct people to go download. And this actually leads me to the last step, which is where are you sending them? Okay. So it's very clear and it's very important that as coaches, we're not just growing large followings on social media, but we're actually taking them off the platform by having a link that sends them to either a lead magnet or a booking page or somewhere where you capture them and you turn them into a lead. So this is step one, is optimizing your social media bios and making sure that you're very clear on one thing. Who are you on social media? What type of content are you delivering? I am very multifaceted, y'all. I love all the different things. But in order to succeed on social media, you have to be able to say, this is the one thing that I do. This is the one type of content that I am going to talk about. And then if you're like me and you need a more avant-garde, like miscellaneous, like collect all account, have a personal account where you just share whatever you want whenever you want, and there's really no strategy there. But if you really are serious about optimizing social media, you have to get clear and focus in on one thing. What is the one thing that you are delivering to the clients? What is your main content focus point? And so, this is important because, again, I think I've stressed this enough, but like when a stranger stumbles on your account, you've got like 3 seconds to gain their trust. And a properly optimized profile is going to help you gain their trust quickly. It's also important to make sure your profile is written in a way that leverages SEO. So 5 years ago, it was hashtag strategies. Today in 2024, it is SEO, and that stands for search engine optimization if you're not familiar with that term. But you want your profile to use SEO friendly words so that the platform can easily find and push your content to the right audience. So a lot of times we're doing all the right things, but we're just not using the right words on our accounts. And so that's step one of the problem, is making sure that we are crystal clear on who we are, how we're presenting ourselves online, and making sure that we're being very strategic with our words and our content and all of that good stuff. Now, let's jump into problem number two. So, problem number two is lack of confidence. So, most business owners are simply not confident on social media. Let me know in the chat if you feel like you are not super confident on social media. Like it overwhelms you. You're confused by what is a reel versus what is a carousel versus how do you use the stories? Like, anybody really feel brave enough to say, like, I'm kind of lost on social media? It's okay. I'm an infant on social media. Absolutely. Like, there is just so much and it's overwhelming. Yes, CJ, it is so overwhelming because there's all of the different layers and there's all of the different, do a reel like this and do a carousel like this and, have this many words and, have, this type of hashtag. Like, it's all so overwhelming. And so a lot of times business owners, because we're so busy doing other things, we just completely forget social media because it's not our strongest skill. We lack the confidence in social media. And lacking confidence in social media actually is two parts. Part one is you don't understand how social media works. So again, we've kind of talked about that. So you don't feel confident actually like using and posting on the platforms. And then part 2 is you've got limiting beliefs. So your mindset is killing your ability to show up and actually put yourself out there. And I'm really excited to talk about that one here in a minute. But let's start with part 1. So mastering social media. It begins by understanding the big scary algorithm, okay? So let's all just take a deep breath here because the algorithm scares everyone. And the reality is the algorithm changes every single day. The algorithm changes and it grows and it's a beast. But the algorithm is also God when it comes to social media. So if you don't at least have a working understanding of the algorithm, you stand no chance of being successful on social media. So on Instagram and TikTok, they both use complex algorithms to determine which content gets seen by who. The algorithm then analyzes a bunch of different factors to decide how widely it's going to distribute your content. So, let's say you have 1,000 people on Instagram, your content never gets seen by all 1,000 of your followers. And I know this pisses me off. It's like one of those things that boils my blood, but we have to be able to optimize our content to make sure that we are strategically getting a larger reach with our material. So, a couple of things to be mindful of when you are posting. So, engagement, okay? Both Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and YouTube and any other social media platform you want to be on is looking at things like engagement. Are your followers interacting with your posts? Are they enjoying the content that you are putting out there? If you're doing a video, how long are they watching your video? You know, this is why in the beginning, it's better to be creating shorter videos like 5 to 10 seconds long because those are going to naturally get a higher watch time than if you're trying to do 90-second videos in the beginning. And so another thing that the algorithms look at is shareability. Is your content being shared to multiple people? And this is hard sometimes because it's like, what even is shareable content? And I feel like on Instagram and TikTok, the shareable content is the comedy content. It's like, oh, this made me laugh. I'm going to share it with my friends or I'm going to, tag somebody in it. So there's, again, looking at different, styles of content, we can take some of this and weave this into our strategies. And then another thing that the algorithm looks at is saves. Are people saving your content? This is why informational, educational content is so important because you want people to save the content to come back to it later. Okay. So now let's talk about how do you actually create some algorithm friendly content. So here are just a couple of things to be mindful of. So consistency is key. Okay. Posting regularly helps maintain your visibility. Timing is also essential. Okay. So posting when your audience is most active can significantly boost your engagement. Let me give you an example here. Let's say that your let's say that your audience is busy moms, okay? And they're, working, a 9 to 5 and they're coming home and they're dealing with kids after, after work and they're cooking dinner. Like, when are they on Instagram? They're probably on Instagram first thing in the morning before their day becomes too crazy or late at night. So you can test around with like, when is my ideal clients most active on social media and play around with timing. This can help with engagement. It's also important to, when appropriate, tap into trends, okay? Trending audios, trending, like, I'm not saying dances, but like trending audios, trending, GIFs, memes, recently on social media, it was the trend was posting a picture of Simone Biles with all of the medals and then putting like, if cooking was an Olympic sport, this would be me. Or if teaching toddlers how to talk was an Olympic sport, this would be me. It's those kind of like trends that we can be mindful of and pay attention to, and we can tap into trends when appropriate and morph that into something that's shareable, engaging for our audience. And then aim for engaging and shareable content. So I'm not going to dive into that too much, but uh, that is something that we're working for. What is considered consistent? Good good question. So consistency, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about this here in a minute, but consistency really is, what can you be consistent with? Okay. Like, obviously, the faster you're going to grow. The more the algorithm's going to start to push your content. So there's a lot of people that try to post every single day. But if you can't actually commit to posting every single day, find a schedule that works for you and be consistent with that. It's very important to develop consistency, and consistency is what's going to work best for you. So now, this is all very overwhelming stuff, right? Like, let me know in the chat if all of this is making your head hurt, because I get it. There's a lot that goes in to social media, but it's important that you spend the time really learning how social media works so that you can leverage these platforms for the benefits of your business, right? There's a lot of sighing, there's a lot of yeps in the chat. Like, y'all, this is a lot, okay? It feels like a suck hole sometimes. Yes, Judy, totally feel that. Like, social media can be soul crushing, social media can be challenging. And, y'all, this is why it's important to take the time to really get to know social media. This is why the done for you content doesn't work for you, because you're just taking all of this done for you content and slapping it out there, and there's no strategy behind that done for you content. There's no, does this really align with my audience? Does this really speak to my ideal clients? That is all hurting you in the long run. And so tonight, I want to share one of the many strategies that I've learned over the years studying viral content. So this is a fun one. I'm really excited to share this with you because it is the viral format. Okay, this is the viral formula. What if I told you that viral content follows a very specific formula? Every piece of viral content has 5 elements that make up the viral formula. Okay, so let's break this down. V stands for value. Your content must provide value to your audience. Every piece of content you post or share on social media needs to be of value to your audience. Can anyone tell me why people use social media in the chat? Does anybody know why people actually use social media? Let me know in the chat. To connect. Okay. Dopamine, absolutely. Entertain, yes, absolutely. To learn or to feel good. Okay, yep, we're hitting them. So the big 3 is to be entertained, obviously, to be educated, and then to be inspired, to feel good. So your content must either entertain them, educate them, or inspire them. This is what makes really good content, and this is what brings the value to the table. I is an invitation or a call to action. As we've already talked about this, good content is going to have a call to action. It's going to ask people to engage with the material, to share the material, to save it, to tag a friend who needs to hear that. Like, these are the quintessential calls to actions that your posts need to have on social media. Calling them to comment, calling them to tag their friends, calling them to send it to somebody. These are all really good invitation CTAs that are going to help with that engagement factor. The R stands for relatability. Will your audience care about this content? Okay. So I was actually just having a chat today with one of my clients. We were talking about her content, and she was going way too deep with the content. And I said, okay, we need to bring this surface level. Okay. We need to bring this to like my client's a health coach. And so we want to bring this surface level. And she was going way deep into theory. And I said, no. I said, your clients, they want to know how to read ingredients labels. And she looked at me and she goes, really? She goes, that's so boring. But this is the type of content that your ideal clients are going to find valuable. It's going to be the things like, let me teach you how to read the ingredients list. Let me help you identify all the seed oils that are bad that you should avoid. Like, this was very specific to her content. And she goes, but this is all easy. And I said, yes, it can be easy because our clients are at the very beginning of their journey and we often get too complicated. We often get we often go too over the top. We often, go down the rabbit holes and this is confusing them. They want simple, they want easy to consume, easy to digest content. Things like, what are the bad seed oils to avoid? Like that's the stuff that's going to get engagement because those are the questions that people are asking. So it's important to understand what type of content your audience is interested in consuming. And then the A stands for attention grabbing, AKA, do you have a hook? So y'all, if you take nothing else away from today's masterclass, it is this. You have to master the art of hook writing, okay? A strong hook captures their attention immediately and it's going to pull them into your content, okay? Like, y'all, studying hooks is the number one skill that you can develop to be successful on social media. And hooks are not just verbal hooks. Do you use eye-catching visuals? Do you have an intriguing question? Is there something in the background that gets people to stop and go, what's in the background? All of these things are hooks that can grab people's attentions, okay? It's like we need to start to learn how to master hook writing because attention is key on social media. And then the last thing, unfortunately, is that the content has to look good, okay? AKA, we need to produce quality content, okay? Ensure that your content is visually appealing, it looks good. If you're doing videos, ensure there is good lighting for clear visuals. During editing, use smooth transitions and effects and text and overlays. And y'all, I'm saying this and my head already starts to spin because it's a lot, okay? Learning how to make your content look good, it takes time, it takes skill, it takes practice to get there. All content creators started with really shitty content. And then they worked on developing their skills and getting better at the editing and getting better at the shooting and all of these kind of things. And over time, they got better at this. There is no such thing as an overnight success on social media. Like the real content creators, they spend time crafting their skills, getting better at the quality of the content, and that making sure that their content looks good and that it's cohesive. So here again, if anybody wants to take a picture, grab this picture. This is the viral formula. So again, it's value, it's invitation, it's relatable, it's attention grabbing, and it looks good. So those are the 5 things that you will notice in all viral content, okay? Like it's so important that we get really good at paying attention to what's going viral and studying it because you will start to see it has all of these kind of things in it. All right, now let's jump into part 2, which is my favorite part. So many of the successful content creators, okay? And I'm saying content creators like largely based. I'm saying anybody who shows up on social media to create content, they are a content creator, okay? There are some content creators out there that have the it factor that makes their content magnetic. Most people aren't born with the it factor, but it's a skill that can be developed. So one of my favorite content creators here is Brittany Broski. She was she went viral because she was drinking kombucha and she made a funny face. And that video went viral, you know? And she's known as the kombucha girl. If anybody's familiar with that name, that's Brittany Broski. She took one viral video that it was by accident. She went viral by a stupid video. She's now built out an entire brand around around that. So she creates content, she has a podcast, she has merchandise, she's built a very successful business just by being herself. And that's really the it factor. It's the authenticity and the ability to just be yourself on social media. So, let me ask you, what do you think is stopping you from having the it factor? Does anybody know what might be stopping them from having the it factor? Any guesses? Scared. Imposter syndrome. Absolutely. Absolutely. Self-conscious. It's fear, y'all. More specifically, it's the fear of being seen by massive amounts of people. Okay? The idea of going viral actually scares you to death. And there is a legit reason why you're scared to death to go viral. So let's talk about it. So it all comes back to the time of the caveman and the development of the caveman brain. Our human brains have evolved over millions of years to ensure the survival, to ensure our survival. Our brains are programmed for us to survive. And, you know, way back then in the caveman world, survival was an everyday situation. If you got lost, if you got separated from your tribe, you were dead. And so in modern day, when we think about creating content, when we think about going viral and growing a social media following, our brains go, oh my God, if I grow my following, I'm going to be removed from my community, my friends, my family, my people around me, and that is dangerous. So we have this very old caveman like conditioning that is keeping us stuck. It's keeping us from actually being able to see that, hey, it's safe to go viral. It's going to be okay. Like when it happens, like you're not going to die. But our brains make up these wild stories, and this is how it manifests. So if you go viral, then uh like if I go viral, then I'm going to leave my community and this is dangerous. So again, like it's this idea that like if I become too big, that's dangerous because the people around me are going to have to disappear and my community is safe right now. We're so afraid of going viral because we perceive virality as being a great danger. Our brains literally believe that if we go viral, we will die. And this is because our brains can't fully comprehend the idea of being seen by millions of people. Like our brains cannot comprehend virality. They cannot comprehend the idea of millions and millions and millions of people seeing our content, and this completely blocks us. And then the last thing here is any past pains or negative experiences that you have had on stage. Okay. So, were you ever laughed at as a child? Did you ever get on stage one time and literally freeze? Have you had any traumatic experiences in your past from performing that are telling you that putting yourself out there again is literally not safe? I know for me, when I was in elementary school, I was on stage and I got laughed at. Okay. It took me many, many years before I ever got on stage again. Many, many years because I had to realize that, okay, I was safe to go back on stage and that somebody laughing at me as a child does not put me in any danger today as an adult. Okay. I still get very nervous presenting. I still get very nervous going on stage. It is something that I deal with, that I overcome every single day. And it's because I've had some past negative experiences that have told me being on stage is not safe. You're going to get laughed at, you're going to get booed, and this triggers something fierce inside of me. Okay, so we are coming into the final problem, which is lack of quality and quantity content. Okay, so unfortunately, content creation is a catch 22. You need to have both quality content and quantity content. This means that you cannot just post 1 or 2 times a week and expect success on social media, nor can you just post a bunch of random content hoping that you'll go viral. You need to develop a social media strategy and a system that helps you create quality content and a lot of it. So, how do you do this? Well, it starts off by studying successful creators. Y'all, if you are just getting started on social media, go out and start studying the influencers in your niche who are succeeding on social media and use their content as inspiration. You can go to Instagram and TikTok right now and start studying other content creators in your niche who are already creating viral content. And viral content means like anything above like 100,000 views, 250,000 views. It doesn't necessarily mean millions. It just means that it's getting 6 figures worth of views. You can use keywords like weight loss or social media marketing or parenting and study the content that is going viral. Then, what I would do is I would create my list of 5 to 10 inspirational influencers. So, those are my IIs that I like to call them, and use your IIs for inspiration when you're trying to create content. Study what they are doing and mirror that content. The biggest problem I see people making is that they think they need to be creating original content. They believe that their content has to be different, that they need to stand out. Different is really bad when it comes to viral content, okay? Viral content goes viral for a reason because it follows a formula. There is a hook, there is there is something attention grabbing that draws them in, there's a payout at the end, like there's a very specific viral format. You don't need to be different. You need to study what's working and then go create more of that content using your own voice. Step 2 is to implement a content creation system, okay? So many of us like, we get up and we go, "Oh, what am I gonna post today?" And then we just randomly post, okay? We don't have an actual content creation system that lets us that helps us stay focused and on track. So, I have developed this is for myself, and it works for me. This may or may not work for you. I will preface this by saying, this system may not work for me. It's something that I do that has helped me a lot. I call it my 4P content creation system, okay? And the way it works is it's 4 parts. And in step 1, I prep content. So what does that look like? Every night I go through and I sit on Instagram on my couch and I look at content by the big influencers that's performing well and I save it. And I prep it and I will journal a couple of ideas. So I'll say, okay, this person is posting, you know, about hooks. What do I have to say about hooks? And then I'll start to prep some ideas. Okay. Once I have a big list prepped, I will then sit down with a paper calendar. I use a paper calendar. You can use digital, whatever. And I will plan it out. And I will say, okay, on Monday, I'm going to share hooks. On Tuesday, I'm going to talk about, the fear of social media. On Wednesday, I'm going to, talk about email subject lines or something like that. I will actually sit down and plan out my weeks just by identifying the hook. Like, what is the hook? What is the main topic? That's all I do. I just put it down on paper. And then that allows me a roadmap to then go out and produce the content. Okay. And y'all, this is what takes the longest part. Okay. Producing the content is really hard. It is like I was talking to another one of my clients recently, and we were talking about editing, and she was like, "It takes forever to edit. It takes forever to produce this content." And I said, "Yeah, it does take forever in the beginning because you're still learning how the apps work. You're still learning how to edit the videos." Y'all, this morning I posted a video. I had to delete it 4 times because the audio wasn't working and I couldn't figure it out. It took me seriously like 2.5 hours to post one fucking reel. Okay. But y'all, this is the reality of content creation. You have to be in the arena, like, learning these skills, getting comfortable with the apps, getting comfortable with how it all works. And in the beginning, it's going to take you a hell of a lot more time than 6 months from now after you've developed some skills and after you've been consistent with it. Took me three tries to make a post today on LinkedIn. Exactly, CJ. Like, it does take a lot of time to produce the content. Let's get out of that mindset that we're going to quickly produce the content because it's not going to happen. Okay. And then once we produce the content, so that's actually filming or going in and creating the content, we then have to post the content. And you can either post, day of, or you can pre-schedule posts. But the idea here is that you need to have a system in place that's going to allow you to start to think about content creation and not just wake up every day and go, what the hell am I going to post today? Like, we need to be studying what are the other people posting. We need to be studying the trends. We need to be planning it out. We need to have a system in place. And what's cool about the 4P system is that this is malleable, meaning that you can bend this to make it work for you, and that's what I really like about it. Robin had a quick question. Do you pick the posts for use for inspiration by the number of likes they have? Okay, so if you're doing just a static post, Robin, or a carousel, you want to look at how many likes they got and how many comments. Okay. And then if you're doing a video, you want to look at views. So obviously, if you're studying video content, pay attention to what are the videos that are getting 250 plus thousand views. Like, that's considered viral content. CJ, a carousel is the type of content on Instagram. It's the little like you click through and and it has multiple slides. So it's like the little slideshows on Instagram. That's what a carousel is. Okay, y'all, we're coming into the home stretch here. So the last part of this process is something that many of you have already heard me talk about. It's running the marketing marathon, y'all. This is a process. This is a race. This is an endurance event. Social media content creation is not for the weak. Okay. I don't care how many people out there say it's easy. There's nothing fucking easy about content creation. You have to run the marketing marathon. It's really important. And so this is what it looks like. So it starts by studying the trends. Okay. Then you create the content based off of the trends that are doing well. Then you post that content and then you study your results. If you guys are not looking at your analytics, we need to start to look at the analytics. We need to start to understand the analytics. There is a lot that goes into being successful on social media. So, quick recap here. So, number one, your lack of clarity. Okay. Your profile and your content isn't optimized and you're not properly using SEO to optimize your profile. Uh, Problem number two, lack of confidence. You don't know how to truly use social media and you're actually afraid of succeeding on social media. So that's two parts. And then the lack of quality and quantity content. You don't have a system in place to help you produce quality and quantity content. And y'all, tonight, I am really excited because I am going to share the solution for you. So tonight, I shared that you are currently stuck in a content creation conundrum. You feel the pressure to constantly produce high quality content, yet you feel overwhelmed, burnt out, or creatively blocked. You find it challenging to maintain a consistent posting schedule, which leads to lower engagement and reduced visibility. You're struggling to communicate your message clearly and concisely, leading to confusion amongst your audience. You're lacking the technical skills needed to create visually appealing content. You're afraid of the negative feedback and the judgment that comes with posting on social media. You don't even fully understand how social media works and how you can use it to grow your business. And you're unsure of how to properly use hashtags to optimize the SEO. And some of you, maybe this is the first time tonight that you've even heard of SEO. So there is a lot that comes into this. Like, if any of that sounds like you, I actually shortened the list because it was way longer and I don't want to go through all of it. But if any of that sounds like you, type me in the comments. Type me if this is resonating with you. CJ, yes. Love it. Sarah, yes. Judy, yes. Yes. Me. I love it. Well, tonight, I want to share the solution to your problems, and I am beyond excited to be announcing something very special tonight, okay? Many of you know I have recently taken the leap of faith and I'm going out on my own to build out my coaching business. And so tonight I'm very excited to be announcing something very special. Tonight I am announcing the Confident Creators Academy. So, introducing the Confident Creators Academy. This is a 6-month intensive designed for entrepreneurs like yourself who are looking to master social media marketing and content creation skills so that you can scale your business on social media. The Confident Creators Academy was designed specifically to empower entrepreneurs by equipping them with the essential social media strategies and skills they need to succeed, but also by transforming their mindset to truly embody the role of a confident creator. So, this program is split up in 2 parts. In part one, we delve into the practical strategies and skills development. So this is the hands-on guidance for crafting impactful content creation and mastering the social media platforms. And then step two, which is my personal favorite, focuses in on the mindset mastery. Many of you know me as the mindset mastery coach, and I want to bring that into the Confident Creators Academy because, like, overcoming the fear, overcoming the self-doubt, overcoming, that fear of judgment, it's so crucial to being able to succeed on social media. There is no other program out there that teaches you not only the skills of social media, but then also taps into the mindset. You get the best of both worlds with Tyler. And so, if you are somebody who is looking to go from feeling overwhelmed and burnt out or creatively blocked to effortlessly creating social media content with ease, struggling to post consistently and feeling scattered all the time, to having a set posting schedule and feeling in control of your content, scared to do live videos or reels, to having all the confidence in the world and the skills needed to actually make the videos, constantly feeling like an imposter syndrome, like an imposter every time you post, to feeling like a success because you finally have the skills to do social media the right way. Always worried about what your friends or family will think of you when you start posting more, to no longer giving a fuck about their useless opinions. Okay? If any of this is you, I want you to be a test pilot. Okay. So, y'all, tonight I am live launching the Confident Creators Academy, and I am looking for test pilots to come on board and help me make this the greatest program out there because I believe this can be the greatest program out there. So, let's just take a quick look. Again, this is a 6-month program, y'all. This is in depth. So, I'm going to share with you right now the 6-month plan. So just take a minute to look this over. I'm not going to read all of this, but you guys can read this over. I'm going to just highlight a couple of cool things. So month 1, we start with the foundations. We get really clear on social media. What is it? How to use it? We're going to build out your Canva. We're going to create your brand templates. we're going to talk about content planning and scheduling. In month 2, we're going to crack the social media and content creation code. So we're going to dive into learning, what is a static post? How do you create the perfect carousels? How do you do fearless lives? How do you spice up your story strategies? Or even how the hell do you even use stories? Because a lot of us don't even know how to use stories on Facebook and on Instagram. Month 3, which I'm really excited about, is Flash Film School. So month 3 is all about understanding short form content. So we're going to talk about Reels, we're going to talk about TikToks, we're going to talk about planning your videos, how to create your videos, and we're going to talk about how to edit your videos. So these are some skills that you need to develop in order to confidently, create videos and things like that. Then month 4 is all about mastering email marketing. So there are only 4 marketing emails your business needs to succeed. They're client wins, they're how-to slash educational emails, it's program promotion, and then it's objection management. We were going to dive into all of those, and we're going to build those out so that you don't have to guess anymore about email marketing. Then in month 5, we're going to market like a minimalist. Okay. This is really exciting because I want to make marketing as easy as possible for you. So we're going to spend the entire month learning all of the skills you need to market like a minimalist. This is about making less work for yourself and actually, learning how to truly automate things and how to build out all of the different things to like make it less work for you. And then in month 6, it's all about running the marketing marathon. So we're going to learn, we're going to start to run the marketing marathon. We're going to understand what the marketing marathon is. We're going to learn how to reuse and recycle the content. So leading up to month 6, we're going to create a ton of content. And then I'm going to show you how do you repurpose that content so you don't have to constantly be creating new shit. And then we're going to be talking about some of the mindset things like navigating content, content creation burnout, and all of that good stuff. Y'all, I kid you not, this is my life's work on screen right now. I have been thinking about this for many, many years, and it's taken me finally believing in myself to be able to come out here tonight to share this with you. I am so excited for the Confident Creators Academy because I believe this is going to be the best program on the internet. And as test pilots. So right now, I'm looking for test pilots for this program, and I am offering 3 very special bonuses that's only going to be exclusive for the test pilots. Number 1 is for a very limited time, I am offering complimentary one-on-one coaching with me. So not only will we have weekly group coaching calls, each week we'll have a 30-minute implementation call, you and me one-on-one, and we're going to work together hand in hand to make sure that you're implementing the material, you're understanding the material, you're getting the content so that there's no questions at the end of it. And then bonus number 2 is 6 months access to my marketing and mindset mastery membership. So this is my new membership that's exclusive. It's an exclusive business membership for coaches and entrepreneurs looking to uplevel their marketing game and their mindset. It's a really great membership that I've put together that is going to have weekly mindset calls, weekly marketing calls. It's a very creative space. It's a very communal space to really help you, again, run that marketing marathon. And you're going to get 6 months access to that. And then bonus number 3 is the Build Your Original Templates Masterclass. So if we look back, I'm going to go back a slide. We have in month 1, we have the Canva build out and establishing your brand. Okay. So part of that is actually taking the time to create your Canva templates, to create your, what are your reels going to like, or excuse me, what are your carousel templates going to look like all the time? What are your brand colors? What are your fonts that you're going to use? So this bonus, the Build Your Original Templates Masterclass, is a 90-minute masterclass where we are going to walk through how to properly set up your Canva account and build out those customized templates so that content creation becomes easy. You go into Canva, you have your templates, you create your content. We're really working on systemizing all of this so that at the end of this program, you are a confident content creator. I am so excited for this program. And I just want to point out, like, after the beta test, the Confident Creators Academy is going way, way up in price. Okay. It's going to be over, well, I have it right now, 5,997. I think it's going to be higher than that. I don't have a set price on like what I'm going to run it as after the beta test, but because I'm looking for beta tests and because being a beta test and a test pilot is so important to me, I'm wanting to offer this at a very exclusive rate. So for anybody who's interested in beta testing the program, I am offering the six months of coaching for 1997. Okay. Like, it is a steal. It is absolutely going to be the best investment that you can make if you are serious about really understanding content creation. Okay. This is a very limited time special price of 1997 for test pilots only. Once I get all of my test pilots on board, this price is going to go up and it's never going to be 1997 again. Okay. And the one-to-one coaching is going to be an upcharge after I run the beta launch. So I want to end tonight with one final question. Are you a shark or are you a minnow? Okay. I believe everyone in this meeting tonight is a shark, but I don't know if you see yourself as a shark. I don't know if you believe in yourself enough to keep creating. Y'all, I'm going to be real one more time tonight. Social media marketing isn't an easy skill to master. There is no such thing as an overnight success. You don't just post one time and go viral. But building a successful social media presence requires grit. It requires dedication, determination, discipline, and decisive action. And so tonight, I'm going to ask you to take one decisive action by coming on board as a test pilot for my new coaching program, the Confident Creators Academy. It is time to stop swimming with the minnows and start swimming with the sharks. But first, you need to stop selling yourself short. You need to stop downplaying your capabilities. You need to stop doubting your skills. You need to stop being afraid and you need to start acting like a shark. Be hungry, be ambitious, be ferocious, be fearless, be confident, and last but not least, believe in yourself. That is all I'm asking of you. You are capable of doing content creation. You are capable of succeeding on social media. You just have to believe it's possible. So what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Let's do this. Let's get it done. And now I'm going to open this up for any questions. And I'm really excited to, I'm going to stop my screen share so I can see y'all. But I'm ready to take any questions. I'm ready to answer any questions. And I know there was one in the chat about scheduling a meeting. Yes, Cheryl, we can definitely schedule a meeting. I'm going to be sending out follow-up emails with a link to book a meeting if you need to book a meeting. And then I'm also going to be sending out, for anybody who knows this is the right thing for them, I'm going to be sending out the checkout page. That was, y'all, I was so excited about the presentation. I completely forgot to copy the checkout page and I was going to drop it in tonight. I'll send it out, okay? Because I was just very excited about this presentation and launching this program. And yes, so I will be sending out a call booking link if you have questions and you want to talk one-on-one about that. And I will be sending out that checkout page for anybody who is ready to get started. I will say I'm going to limit the beta launch to about 8 people because I want it to be a small community. I want us to all get to know each other. I want us to co-create together. And so, you know, I think it's going to book up really fast. And yes, I will definitely share the replay for anybody who joined late. And Brett, your question about when would day one of the 6 month program start? I'm looking to launch on September 2nd. That's technically Labor Day, so it might be September 3rd, but it's going to be the week of the 2nd is when I'm looking to beta launch. And so I'm very excited for this. Does anybody have any questions? Feel free to unmute yourself. Feel free to ask in the chat. Does anybody have any questions before we wrap up tonight? No? No? Okay, y'all. Well, I'm real sweaty. I got real sweaty doing this. I will share that because I'm totally transparent and totally real. My fan was not on, and it's Texas and it's hot, and I got so sweaty doing that. So, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for believing in me as much as I believe in you. And I am so excited to go create magic with y'all. I am so excited to be taking this leap of faith and going out on my own. And I cannot wait to work with every single one of you if that's something that you're interested in. So I'm going to end it with that. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and I will talk to you very soon. Good night.